Hey everybody, excuse me. Hey everybody, welcome. I just got back from a crazy book collection buy. Um, I brought home. I filled my car with maybe 20 some boxes of stuff, and then next Sunday I will hopefully go pick up the rest of it. I'm really excited about it. This came from the estate of a gentleman who he was a physician, but he also was a book collector and dealer. He also did bookbinding, so a lot of these have book repairs. As he was learning the trade, and actually he got really good at the trade of bookbinding. So yeah, I went there. I met the owner that inherited the books at 10 a.m. and I looked through the books, and I only looked through like 10 boxes, and we agreed on a price. So most of these I haven't even opened. I'm not 100% sure what's in these boxes. I'm really excited about this stuff though. Just looking through maybe about 10 boxes, I knew there was going to be some good stuff. So I suppose I should silent my phone. Sorry about that blaring in your ears. I do that every time. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, well, these aren't all that exciting. Journeys Through Bookland. Looks like a big set of those. And then we have the Harvard Advocate. Again, this was his bookbinding repairs. He got pretty good at working with leather. This is the Harvard Advocate, March 3rd to March 30th, 1892 to 1893. So, cool old book, the Harvard Advocate, from 1892 to 1893. It looks like there's some really great ads in there as well. This is another one. He rebound that whole one in cloth, a nice cloth hardcover. He rebound that whole one, so that's pretty cool. Again, he was able to take some books that probably didn't have a ton of value and turn them into decently valuable books. Look at that. Did you know golf clubs? This one's from 1929. So a 1929 book about sports. Let's see. You got some cool fishing reels, some hockey equipment, boxing, duck hunting, horseshoes, wrestling, all kinds of really cool stuff. And old golf clubs, old fishing stuff. I'm really excited about that one. The Journeys Through Bookland aren't the most exciting books in the world, but that's okay. I just knew looking through the first probably 10 boxes that there was going to be some really, really good stuff. Again, most of these boxes are going to be a surprise. That's the tough thing when you go to buy a collection. I know some dealers like to dig through every box before they make an offer, but it's just not efficient. I would have spent all day there trying to figure out what was there. Flowers from the Hill and Dale. I think I've had a copy of this before. Nice Victorian book. 1883, and it has some color plates. I don't know if these are lithographs. I don't think those are hand colored. And again, beautiful artwork in this book. Yeah, I think those are chromolithographs or color lithographs, whatever you want to call them. Macy's New York Fall Catalog, 1909 to 1910. So a cool old Macy's catalog. Who knew Macy's has been around since the early 1900s? Maybe earlier than that, I don't know. But this is a Macy's catalog from 1909 to 1910, original. Very cool. Let's see what they got. Got some of your grooming and cosmetic supplies, your greeting cards, your jewelry, your lace work, your doilies, your handkerchiefs, your shoes, your fashion. You got your big leather coats, your kids' fashion, your hats. Again, 1909. Macy's catalog. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen a fashion catalog that early. You got Harrison Fisher's American Beauties. That's a great one. This one I think has some nice color plates and some beautiful lady artwork in these. Very Edwardian. Let's see. American Beauties by Harrison Fisher, decorated by E. Stenson Crawford. Nice frontispiece there. That is copyright 1909, published in November. Let's see what this one is. Indian Summer Autumn Poems and Sketches, 1883. Not the nicest condition, but still really, really cool stuff. Great artwork in that book. All right, we've got a modern book on Maxfield Parrish. We have Home, Arts, and Entertainment, a supplement to Woman's Weekly, 1922. That one's not too exciting. The Progressive Art Guide, 1893. Great kind of how-to on artwork. Well, thank you, Cookie. Thanks for watching. Here we got Cradle Stories of Many Nations, so kind of a nursery story book from the 1800s. Great frontispiece on that one. 1882. Great artwork, great contents. We got an old geography book, and again, he did all the repairs on his own. The gentleman who owned these, he kind of self-taught himself how to do book binding and book repair, and did some pretty great work by the time he mastered it. Old geography book, 1869. Assume there's some nice color maps in there. A Treasury of Stephen Foster. In Love's Garden. Great Edwardian book. What do we got? Another catalog. Looks like we have the National Cloak and Suit Company, Fall and Winter 1918 and 1919. So a cool World War I era fashion book. In pretty nice condition. We have a Currier Knives book. That one's not too special. Last one for this box, we have La Famille, 1886. Cool book on. Ooh, and there's some fashion plates. I think that's French. So a French book on family life. Let's see, the family voyages. Romans, modes, music, art, etc. And again, lots of great fashion examples in that one. Lots of great art prints. Very cool. All right, well, that was just box one. No, box two. There's probably about 20 more boxes to go. And let me tell you, just going through a few of the boxes, I know that this stuff is really cool. All right, we got Cookie. The fashion book is amazing. All those incredible illustrations. Would definitely be interested in that one. Cookie, do you follow my eBay auctions? If nothing else, send me a message on Instagram or Facebook with what you're interested in. You should be able to rewatch this video. And yeah, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram with what you're interested in, and I'll try to get some prices for you. Any good books about 1945? I don't know. There could be. I just started digging. We got Our Islands and Her People. This is a huge set. Not the nicest of condition. I've definitely seen quite a few copies of these ones. Looks like we got a couple different. Looks like two sets and an odd volume of Our Islands and Their Peoples. That one's about Hawaii, the Philippines, Cuba, stuff like that. And again, huge books, tons of illustrations and photographs. I think those are from the turn of the century. This live may last a couple hours, depending. As long as my phone doesn't die, I want to see what is all here. Maybe set a few things aside. What do we got? Looks like we got the works of Thackeray. Some odd volumes there. We have Harper's Weekly, 1907. I'm pretty sure there's some nice Harper's Weekly, some of the earlier ones, the 1800s ones as well. The Architectural League of New York. I should set those aside. I have a customer that loves architecture books. I'm sure he will be interested in those. Again, some of these are kind of in rough condition. I knew the gentleman was planning to do some more bookbinding. All right, let's see what's in this one. I think there's probably about 100 more boxes for me to pick up next weekend. All right, these are very old books, but a lot of the spines, again, he took a book that the covers were probably falling off. The spine was in really horrible condition and repaired it nicely. This is the Cyclopedia of Modern Travel by Bayard Taylor, published in 1856. So he did a really great job rebinding that. And again, he probably took a book that was falling apart in horrible condition, probably really didn't have much value, and turned it into something that, again, is pretty valuable. That one's probably worth, maybe 30 to 50 bucks. What do we have? We have The Gardener's Assistant. Again, nicely repaired. The Gardener's Assistant, Practical and Scientific, A Guide to the Formation and Management of the Kitchen, Fruit, and Flower Garden by Robert Thompson. Great. These might be, I'm not sure if those are hand-colored or not. I'm not an expert on the art printing process. They might be lithographs. Let's see. The preface is dated 1859. That seems to be the correct era for this book. And again, some great, great color plates. Very excited about that one. Wow, this one's definitely old. Again, with he got to be pretty good at the bookbinding and repairing. A history of England as well as ecclesiastical and civil by Mr. Toyraz, volume 14, published in 1731. So an odd volume on the history of England, still pretty great. Interesting. We have The American Practice, an old medical book, again with some nice spine repairs. Let's see, that one was published in 1846 by W. Beach, MD. So again, 1846 medical book, that's pretty awesome. Looks like we have a very early law book. The Law of Pleading Evidence in Civil Actions by John Simcoe Saunders, Volume 1, 1829. Wow, 1829 law book. Pretty great. Looks like the Ladies Magazine. See what we have here. The Ladies Magazine, or Entertaining Companion for the Fair Sex, appropriated solely to their use and amusement. 1794, is that really yes, 1794 Ladies Magazine. I wonder if there's any plates. Yeah, it looks like there's definitely some illustrations and some cool folding music. Wow, that's very cool. Glee for Three Voices, music by Mr. William Bates. Again, that's 1794 with some nice spine repairs done. Otherwise, if that book was falling apart, if the covers were falling off and the spine was missing, it would maybe only be a $10 or $20 book. We have the Gentleman Magazine. There's several Gentleman's magazines. Let's see, that one is for the year 1799. Part 2, published in 1799. Let's see, some of these have some great illustrations and maps and stuff. Great look at the historical stuff going on from that era. I know people especially like the Revolutionary War stuff. Few illustrations in this one. Yeah, that 1794 Ladies Magazine is awesome. Oh, we got an annual register, 1776, that has the Declaration of Independence. So this is one of the more collectible annual registers. Let's see what edition it is. Oh, it's 1779. It's the second edition. Still probably a $300 to $400 book. If it was the first edition, then you're probably talking, depending on the condition, could be as much as like 1500. All right, well, this one has kind of a padded binding. The Pilgrim's Progress. No date, probably 1890s. That one's not too exciting. Up next, we have the American Remembrancer. I think this one, is this early 1800s or late 1700s? 1824, a new American biographical dictionary or remembrancer of the departed heroes, sages, and statesmen of America. Third edition, compiled by Thomas J. Rogers, 1824. So a cool old American history book from 1824. Let's see if I can... We got John Paulding, a distinguished soldier of the Revolutionary War and one of the three incorruptible patriots who arrested Major Andre. Mr. John Paulding. I've never heard of him, but he was an American patriot. All right, last one for this box. Looks like we got a little school dictionary. Not the most exciting one, and it is in missing the title page, so extra not exciting. But still, that was a cool box. Let's see. All right, well, that one's a little rough. Looks like old sheet music. Let's see if we can find some dates on these. Or some interesting folk covers. Nope, that one's pretty unexciting. Looks like another sheet music. An old German illustrated magazine, a huge one. Oh, we got Paper Gold in the house, everyone. Paper Gold just commented. Go check out his YouTube channel. If you like my content, you will definitely like his. Here's a Harper's. Let's see. Harper's Bazaar, 1871. Oh, this is Harper's Bazaar. So this was more of a ladies' magazine. Yeah, people love these. They have hundreds and hundreds of illustrations of dresses, of hats, of jewelry, of the fashion. And again, 1871. So like great Victorian styles. You got the dresses, you got the hats, you got the hairstyles, you got the lace work, you got the purses, you have the home decor, all that stuff. And again, this is a huge book, 1871. I don't know, probably, I think most of these were like 700 to 800 pages. 1871 Harper's Bazaar. That one's really cool. Phew, a little bit dusty. That's okay, I'm so used to breathing antique book dust. So some of these, this came from upstairs in the house. So these books might be more exciting than the, some of them came from Third Bay Books. Those might not be quite as exciting. Some of them might be damaged. But you never know. Oh, we got an annual register, 1788. Shoot. What year was the what year was the Constitution? This is the annual register for 1788, published in 1790. Was the Constitution in I think 1789. No, Max, 1776 was the Declaration. When was the Constitution? That's what I meant to ask. I don't remember. We got some the New or Western World. So I think these books are about the history of mostly North and Central America. Really nice 2-volume set there. Beautiful bindings. And those are pretty nice condition. Ooh, this one looks nice. Oh, we got the Lady Repository, 1859. Okay, Max says 1787 for the deck. Oh, no, Cookie says 1787 for the Constitution. Lady of Repository, 1859. Really, this is the fancy leather binding. Let's see. I think this one might have some color plates. Hopefully, maybe not. I've sold a lot of the Graham's magazines and the Petersons that have the color plates. All right, we've got some Harper's magazines from 1860. There's some of the huge Harper Weeklies in one of these boxes, or probably a few of these boxes, that those can be very valuable. 4 Years of Fighting, 1866. I assume this is a Civil War book. 4 Years of Fighting, a volume Personal Observation with the Army and Navy by Charles Carlton Coffin, 1866. That is a reproduction title page. So again, he was able to take a book that was missing a few pages and maybe the binding was falling apart, rebind it, put a new title page in, and turn it into something valuable. We got some Peterson magazine, 1865. This one should have some color plates. Come on, color plates. There we go. We have the color plates in this one. Yep, there we go. Very nicely colored. I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of the kind of ladies magazines and fashion magazines. Which I don't know, it's been a while since I've sold any of these, so I don't know what the market is even like. The Ladies Repository, 1860. What do we got? We got some big buggers in here. History of England, 1867. Let's see what this one's. Oh no, History of Ireland, sorry. History of Ireland by Martin Haverty, 1867. That's a big bugger. Very cool. History of Ireland. Okay, this next book is massive. It takes up the whole box. Actually, it looks like it's a case. Okay, what do we have? We have From the Tale. Is this an Edgar Allan Poe book? What is this? The New World. I assume it's some sort of magazine. 1845. Okay, so it's a magazine, 1845, and I assume there's something to do with an early publication of Poe's Legalia. Interesting. Page 100 and 101. I know you can find a lot of Poe's works in these magazines and the Graham's magazines and stuff like that. Page 100 and 101. Okay, yeah, here we go. 1845, Edgar Allan Poe. Legalia by Edgar Allan Poe. Wow, that's a very cool piece of Poe collectible stuff. And again, he made a case for it, so that means it's special. Wow, that Poe book, I'm gonna have to try to remember that. 1845 New World magazine, Edgar Allan Poe. Need to definitely look that one up. I've never heard of it, but I've never heard of a lot of things, so. That's the thing, is book dealers were always learning new stuff. There's way too much to figure out and remember in the book industry. All right, here we go. Here's one. What is this? It's a big one. Harper's Weekly, 1883. I know people go crazy over these huge Harper Weeklies, especially the Civil War era ones. People like the artwork if they have some Thomas Nast, 1866. All right, we're getting close to the Civil War. We're getting close. Harper's Weekly, 1885. Okay, we're getting further away from the Civil War. Last one for this box. 1899, Harper's Weekly. All right. Well, I'm sure this one is full of interesting stuff nonetheless. Yeah, we got Spanish-American War stuff, Cuba, the fall of Manila. Again, this one's going to be full of all of the news. Spanish. Oh, we got Roosevelt. We got Colonel Roosevelt. So yeah, this one's going to be full of Spanish-American War era stuff. So still interesting. I don't know which ones. I know people love the Civil War ones. Otherwise, I'm not sure what of the Harper's Weeklies people are really going crazy for these days. It's been a while since I've had any. Ooh, this stuff is dusty. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know where you're from. This may end up being a very long live stream. All right, this looks, I mean, holy buckets. I'm so excited. I mean, okay, look at this. How can you not be excited about this box of books? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is going to be a very fun one to unbox. We have a Plymouth collection of hymns, old hymn book. I'm guessing mid-1800s. See if there's a date. Plymouth collection of hymns, 1856. Really nice fine binding leather book. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's the stuff I dream about at night. We've got an old devotional, old religious book here. Prayers and Offices of Devotion for Families, 1813, Albany. I mean, holy buckets. 200 and almost 220 years old. What do we got? The Pocket Magazine, Volume 1 and Volume 2, 1828. Let's see, the Pocket Magazine. I'm sure there's some interesting stuff in there. Yes, yes, it's the stuff I dream about. I dream of buying books like this. Sugar plum fairies and coconuts and whatever else. The Antiquarian Repository, a miscellaneous intended to preserve and illustrate several valuable remains of old times. Volume 1, 1775. I mean, kind of a cool archaeology / early history book. I assume mostly about European history. But again, a 1775 book on early European history. How crazy is that? I did see a really cool book in one of the other boxes about castles, about early castles. All right, and the sun is going to be coming. See if I can block the sun here. There, that's better. Much better. Well, a little better. Crab's Poetic Works, nice little leather bugger. Struggles and Triumphs. Okay, we got the P.T. Barnum biography here. Again, nicely rebound. He really did perfect bookbinding. I know it's such an unbelievably difficult skill. It takes years and years to perfect. Struggles and Triumphs, or 40 Years Recollection of P.T. Barnum, 1871. That one's pretty cool. All right, there's an old bugger. See what, oh, backwards. I think that one's missing the title page. But here we got a reproduction title page. It looks like that one was from 1686. So I'm missing the title page. It's unfortunate, but cool book nonetheless. Ooh, I'm guessing that's a pocket diary. Or it could be a dictionary. Or, let's see. Let's just open it up. Psalms, Hymns, and Spiritual Songs in 3 books, published in Glasgow in 1799. Again, I dream of buying books like these. It was a very expensive purchase, but I'm very excited about it. Hopefully I can make a few dollars. The Toilet. Not 100% sure what this one's about, except for the toilet. Let's see. There's the title page, The Toilet. Published in 1823. Wow, what is that? A beautifier. Holy buckets, is this actually... Wow, I've never seen anything like this. An 1820s book on actually the toilet and cosmetics and perfumes and stuff like that. I gotta set that one aside. That is unbelievably cool. Wow, I've never seen one like that. I know people like old cosmetics and perfume kind of books. All right, we have a short introduction to the Latin tongue for the use of the lower forms of Latin school. That one was published in Boston in 1785. I love old books like this. Could you imagine? This book was published in Boston in 1785. Wow, what a cool piece of American history. Published 2 years before the ratification of the Constitution. Practical System of Modern Geography, 1830. Just a cool old geography book. Wow. I'm so excited about this. I mean, there's still like 15 more boxes to go through, plus probably another 75 to 100 more boxes to pick up next weekend. Cookery Made Easy by Michael Willis, 1828. Very cool. Again, not the greatest condition, but it's a 200-year-old cookbook. 1828 cookbook. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm shocked. All right, the Lenten Monitor to Christians in Pious Thoughts, Moral Reflections, etc., 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 by PBOSF, whoever that was, published in 1769. Very cool religious book. History of Man, again, nicely rebound in leather. Looks like it has a facsimile title page in there. Not sure a date on that one. Wow, and this one has some color plates. Let's see if I can find one that's YouTube friendly. Some of them aren't the YouTube friendliest. Maybe a little inappropriate. Here we go. Great color plates. Hey Tracy, how's it going? It's been gosh, you haven't been here in like 6 months. How have you been? Are you staying busy? Here we have History of All Nations by S.G. Goodrich, 1851. Again, I'm sure the book was falling apart, but he has the original covers. Nice, nicely repaired spine. Ooh, here's a big one. It's a big one and an old one. A medical dictionary. Holy buckets. A very, very old medical dictionary. Say a prayer. It has the original title page, and it does. A New Medical Dictionary or General Repository of the Physic by G. Motherby, 1775. Darn. Shocking. These books are shockingly good. Let's see. Is it complete in one volume? Oh, and there's some plates in the back. Here we go. Dang, dang, dang. Yep, I think it's complete in one volume. And again, with the plates in the back. That is incredible. Wow. Looks like you got the lungs and blood vessels. Oh, the plate of the brain. Again, 1775. The nervous system. Looks like the digestive system. The skull. Not sure. Looks like we got some herbal medical stuff. Yeah, money, 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 money. Money. You know, Max. Max, what do we call this? Paper gold. Let's see what Tracy. Too busy, but ready for more Longfellow. Okay, I'll keep an eye open. The Picturesque Tour in Picturesque Lands. Again, nicely repaired. What do we got? We got Germany, we got Italy, we got Spain. Looks like it's mostly European related. 1882. Oh, there we go. We got France, Spain, Germany, Switzerland, Holland, Belgium, Tyrol, Italy, and Scandinavia. Oh, yes. Max is in the chat, Paper Gold. Go follow his YouTube channel because he has a great YouTube channel. And he is my co-host for Pick Our Brains, which is a live Q&A live YouTube show every Monday at 4:30 p.m. Central. British Theater, 1792. Again, this was early in his bookbinding career. Some of these, if you can find the ones with Shakespeare, those are always good. And they're good either way, but if you can find the ones that have some of the Shakespeare titles, I don't think that one does. Let's see. The City Wives Confederacy by Sir John Vandenberg. The Fashionable Lover. The Careless Husband. Well, there you go. The Careless Husband. Yeah, thanks, Max, for reminding me. That one's not too special, I don't think. Poetical Works of Matthew Prior. No date, but that's definitely turn of the century. 1790s or very, very early 1900s or 1800s, whichever you prefer. The Standard Royal English Dictionary by William Perry. No date, but again, that's very, very early 1800s. All right, there's one more. And here's a cover for something. And there's another British theater. All right, well, that was a very exciting box. I'm going to go to that box down there next because that's the extra special box. Or it's from... he had some of these books in the garage that he was kind of working on repairing, so some of that stuff's a little on the rougher side. But again, this box was absolutely killer. Some of the books weren't perfect condition, but that's okay if you don't have hundreds of dollars to spend on a perfect condition copy of a book you really want. I mean, these will definitely be much cheaper than that crazy expensive stuff. And honestly, some of this stuff is still hundreds of dollars. That was a really, really cool box. Yeah, I might be live another hour, depending. I don't know what my phone battery's at. I'm sure it's kind of dying, but I'll be here all night. Okay. Again, we got some really, really, really early stuff. Really early stuff. This is crazy. Pharmacopoeia Londinensis. So we got an old medical book. Again, this is a reproduction title page, 1707. So I assume it was just a book that was missing the title page. Maybe the covers and spines were pretty banged up. He repaired the spine nicely, got a reproduction title page in there. And again, a 1707 medical book. My customers are going to love this stuff. Yeah, definitely top 3 purchases ever. And again, I still have to go pick up like 75 to 100 boxes next week. This is just absolutely amazing, amazing stuff. The History of Infant Baptism, published in 1720. So again, an old religious book on baptism from 1720. Wow. Shocking. I am shocked how cool this stuff is. Let's see. Oh, part 2 of the History of Infant Baptism, also 1720. Let's see what Max. Don't worry about the 75 boxes. I got them. Yeah. Good thing I didn't tell you where they were, Max. You'll never find them. History of England. This might be from a set. Let's see. The History of England as well, Ecclesiastical and Civil, 1728. There was another volume. I don't know if it's from a set or if that's complete by itself. I mean, this is crazy. I would have been happy to find like 5 of these old books. Barclay's Apology. An Apology for the True Christian Divinity by Robert Barclay. That one's published in 1765. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's all I can say is wow. Was not expecting this quality of stuff. This is absolutely incredible. Looks like we got an old German Bible published in New York in 1837. Always do good with old Bibles. German Bibles, questionable value. Someone will want it, but Robertson's America, Volume 2. History of America, 1797. Old American history book from 1797. Though I do think, if I remember correctly, William Robertson's History of America does focus a lot on Central and South America as well, not just North America. If it was all North American history, it'd be extra good. The British Monthly, 1796. I don't know if I've ever dealt in British Monthly. The Monthly Magazine and British Register for 1796, Volume 2. I'm sure there's something interesting in that one. Though I never sold them, so. The Whole Duty of Man, again, a really old religious book. The Whole Duty of Man, containing the faith as well as practice of a Christian. Don't know who that one's by, but 1755. Looks like someone beautifully wrote in pen. I don't know if it's actually 1755, if they did their homework to figure that out. I hope so, but cool old religious book, 1755. And again, this is crazy. Another History of England, really early History of England. Volume 4, published in 1728. Here we got King Edward I. Edward the First. I don't think he was in the Crusades. I think the King Richard, a couple of the King Richards were. Another History of England, Volume 3, 1731. All right, we got lots of history of England. 1700s History of England. I'm going to fly through those. History of England, History of England, History of England. We got Gentleman's Magazine, 1831 and 1828. Again, I know the 1700s Gentleman's Magazines go crazy. 1814 Annual Register. That one might have some War of 1812 stuff. That one might be interesting. What do we got here? Oh, we got an old surgery book from 1812. Bell's Surgery. A System of Operative Surgery, founded on the basis of anatomy, by Charles Bell, 1812. Are there some plates? Oh, there's some illustrations. Here we go. See if I can find them. I saw them, I swear. What is that? A section of cancerous eye, representing the apparatus of membranous bands particular to this diseased structure. Cool old eye cancer illustration. What do we got? We got Shaw's Dresses. What is that? Dresses and Decorations of the Middle Ages by Henry Shaw. 2 volumes, 1843. Crazy with some, I don't know if those would have been chromolithographs. Max, what kind of color printing were they doing in the 1840s? I don't think chromolithographs were around at that point. Could be. I have no idea. Again, make sure you check out mine and Max's live stream tomorrow on this YouTube channel. Pick Our Brains. We kind of just talk about books, answer questions. If you got any books, questions about specific books or about reselling, I sell on eBay, and I have a bookstore here in Marshfield. Max sells, I don't know. He sells on eBay. He has a huge eBay store, Common Ground Finds. If you Google Common Ground Finds on eBay, you can find them. And actually, he's really busy with Whatnot. He's on Whatnot 10 days a week. And again, he sells some really cool stuff on Whatnot, so definitely worth checking out. Common Ground Finds. And he's Paper Gold on YouTube. He has a Patreon where he helps people learn how to sell books. It's called Paper Gold Podcast, or Paper Gold. I've got some Horatio Alger Jr. Nothing too exciting about those. Let's see. A History of the Insurrections in Massachusetts in the year 1786 and the Rebellion Conquest. What is that word? Consequent. Therein, by George Richards Minay, 1810. Cool old book on American history. There's a bunch of these landmark series books. Pearl Harbor, American Revolution, 30 Seconds Over Tokyo, the FBI, Daniel Boone, Custer's Last Stand, Lee and Grant at Appomattox. Cool old-fashioned sewing book, How to Make Clothes. Oh, I haven't had any of these in a while. The 2nd Training Brigade, Fort Polk, Louisiana, Company A, 3rd Battalion. Views of British Castles. See what this one's all about. British Castles, or a Compendious History of the Ancient Military Structures of Great Britain by T.H. Fielding, 1825. Wow, 1825 book on British castles relating to military history. Wow, 1825. And again, with the color plates, I'm assuming those are hand colored. Wow, that's pretty incredible. Pretty darn incredible. The Portfolio, 1819. I don't know if there's anything too special about this one. You never know, though. The Portfolio, Volume 7, published in 1819 in Philadelphia. I would assume it's just a miscellany of history and literature, maybe some poetry. Diseases of Infancy and Childhood. Old Medical Book, 1869. Ancient and Universal History. That one's volume 13. That's a huge set. Volume 13, published in Dublin in 1745. Okay, 1745 book. Looks like Roman history. Looks like the whole book is Roman history. So cool, 1700s book on Roman history. Baxter. I assume that is the religious preacher Baxter. The Saints' Everlasting Rest by Richard Baxter. Let's see. There's a tiny little date down there, 1813. Old religious book from 1813. The Art of Dressmaking. That one's pretty cool. Whoops. Martin's Philosophy, Volume 1. And actually, we got Volume 1, 2, 3. Let's see. See if this one's... Whoa, papers are falling out. Let's see if this is complete in 3 volumes. I hope so. The Young Gentleman and Lady's Philosophy, in a continued survey of the works of nature and art. Volume 1, published in 1781. Looks like this one has some plates as well. There we go. Got some... Ooh, that's cool. Cool astronomical plate. And I think it's just the volume 1 that has 30-some plates. I'm assuming this is astronomy, science, geology, chemistry, electricity, all of that stuff. Though it looks like volume 1 is mostly astronomy. Very cool, 3-volume set. Not sure. I think it's complete in 3 volumes, but I'll have to check. Memoirs of Benjamin Franklin, Volume 2, published in 1834. People love Benjamin Franklin books. Got the Annual Cyclopedia, 1865. Cool Civil War era book. The Wandering Jew and Other Tales. Let's see, it looks like that is in the Seaside Library from... I don't see a date. Seaside Library. Oh, also The Mysteries of Paris by Eugene Sue. I always do really good with The Mysteries of Paris. That was another really cool box. Again, this was a huge book collection I bought today. I brought home about 20-some boxes of books. I'm making a separate video. There was also a huge collection of Black Americana, and so I'm making a separate video showing off that stuff. Hopefully not offend too many people with that one. Also, there's a little bit of ephemera, old magazines. What else? Magazines, postcards, advertising stuff. A lot of old advertising cards. I think I already showed off that box, so let's go. Got a big pile of books over there too to show off. Like I said, I might be here all night. Let's see what we got. The Gospel Tragedy, an epic poem in 4 books, published in Worcester, Massachusetts in 1795. So really cool early American printing. I'm not sure who wrote that, but 1795 old poetry book. Harper's Weekly. That's kind of a weird size for Harper's Weekly. Did that get trimmed? I mean, all the text is there, but that seems like a weird size for a Harper's Weekly. Very oblong, very tall and narrow. That doesn't make sense. Our Islands and Their People, another odd, kind of halfway destroyed copy there. Let's see what we got here. The Illustrated London News, 1859. Again, I know people like the Civil War era. Illustrated London News and Harper Weekly, all that stuff. Again, if you're just joining, I bought a crazy collection today. I brought home about 20 some boxes, and then I'm going to pick up the rest next weekend. And it is really, really cool stuff. You should be able to rewatch this video later if you want. Really, really next level, incredible stuff. I'm very excited about this collection. I always get nervous going into these negotiations because you never know what the sellers are going to want. Usually their asking price is just crazy, and you kind of got to talk them down and explain why this stuff's not worth that much, and it's really hard to sell and stuff. But this was pretty easy. They named their price, and I went through several of the boxes, but it's not practical to go through 150 boxes of stuff. You kind of just got to go through a random mix of them and figure out, okay, I think this box times 100, yeah, you know, do some mental math. All right, we got a Gentleman's Magazine and Historical Chronicle for the year 1798, part 1. Let's see if there's any maps. I know some of these Gentleman magazines have maps. Some of them just have some miscellaneous plates. What do we got? We got Code House. Baywater City Conduit. Interesting illustrations. I don't know if there's anything interesting in the 1798. I suppose if you're interested in European history and especially British history, it would be an interesting book for you. We got another Gentleman's Magazine, 1798. Again, let's see if there's some maps. Just want to see some maps, that's all. No maps. Gentleman's Magazine, 1823. I've got a book of plates, I assume artwork plates from different periodicals. Oh, Peterson Magazine, 1860. That's definitely more plates than would have been in the Peterson Magazine for 1860, so... Let's see, are there any fashion ones? I know people love the fashion plates, though I don't think they're as exciting as they were. People used to love buying the old hand color plates probably 10 years ago. Now, not quite as much. Annual Register for 1811. Again, that one's going to have some interesting stuff right before the War of 1812, maybe some of the hostilities and stuff. So that one might be kind of collectible. We have a Webster's American Dictionary, 1859. Wow, that's, whoops. When was the first edition Webster's Dictionary? Does anyone in the chat know? I think it was right around this era. 1859. An American Dictionary of the English Language by Noah Webster, 1859. No, I don't think it's a first edition, but it's definitely very early. I haven't sold too many of these big, heavy old dictionaries. I always get asked for them. And honestly, something like that used to bring 100 to 150 for me. Now, not so much. Health and Longevity, an early 1900s medical book. Wonder if this one has any of the folding anatomical. There we go. We got the anatomical plates with the cool. Let's see. There we go. So you fold, then you got the innards, and then you can even fold some of these up. What's behind the heart and lungs? Oh, the ribs. Actually, the ribs would be on the outside. I don't know why. There we go. That's, I think it goes more like, no, that's not right. Shouldn't the ribs, yeah, there you go. Ribs on top. Then you got the heart and lungs and all that fun stuff in there. And then behind that, you got the arteries and all that cool stuff. And then what do we got? We got some, what's behind the intestines? Oh, we got some inner parts and some bladder. Let's see. I think there's one of the head too in here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. What's the inside of the hand look like? All right, we got some muscles and some ligaments. What about the eye? Wow. That's what the inside of an eye looks like. And the leg, you got the muscles, you got the foot. It's been a while since I've had, like, these were very common in the early 1900s, 1910s, 1920s. I assume that's when that one's from. And again, he repaired the hinges on these. A lot of these huge books just didn't hold up very well. It's a 10 or 12 pound book. The covers and the cover hinges just never held up well. So it's good that he did the binding repairs on that one. What do we got here? Some old German book. Not sure what's up with this. Maybe a book on art. Yep, I'm assuming it's a book on art from 1928 to 1929. Might have to send that one to Max. Max might like that one. The Antiquarian Repository, Volume 2. I think there was another one of these volumes in one of the other books. Yep, definitely. 1799. Cool book on the remains of old times. So again, old castles and old tools and swords and stuff like that. Let's see if I can show you some of the illustrations. There we go. An old castle, medieval castle. Woodstock. That one's cool. And I think actually we got two more. We got volume 3 and 4. I didn't see any mention of how many volumes are in this set. Hopefully there's 4. Looks like we got another big German periodical. Not going to get too excited about that one probably. But you never know. Dang, I hate that when you find 3 volumes of a set in one box and one in another box. And now I need to try to remember to set them aside somewhere where I will find them all, put them together. Oh, the struggles of a bookseller. All right, still have a few more boxes to go through if y'all feel like watching. Actually, let's throw some of these up there. I think these are more ephemera and magazine type stuff. Let's see, the printing art, 1913, 1912. Ooh, the inland printer. I have a bound set of the inland printer, all about printing and typography, all that kind of stuff. I don't think I've ever seen the printing art magazine. I would assume it's, related to printing and engraving and typeset. Okay, this one looks like it's, all kinds of stuff on typography and layout and art design. There you go. An embossed cover design. That's cool. That's a cool piece of book-related history. Let's see. Looks like some more of the printing art, 1921. Those are cool. Those are very cool. Let's see. Here's some of the ephemera stuff. A calendar of sandwiches and beverages. 365 delicious, savory, and sweet sandwiches and beverages by Elizabeth O. Hiller. Very Edwardian style cookbook, I suppose you'd call it. Very kind of Art Deco. Let's see. Rab and His Friends by John Brown, 1884. Intermediate Monthly, 1887. Lots of cool early ephemera. What do we got? It's some sort of an advertising calendar, I think, for the Hinson Advertising Company. Got a little souvenir Christmas greeting card. How to Paint, the Sears and Roebuck, a little booklet on how to paint by the Sears and Roebuck Company. Party favors and table decorations, how to make them. That one's kind of cool. A lot of cool ephemera. How to decorate halls, booths, and automobiles. Very Art Deco flapper era. The French Shoe in Stock Styles by the French Shoe Company. 1915, 1916 shoe catalog, little booklet. And again, this stuff just didn't survive. It wasn't made to stick around forever. People would get their shoe catalog for the year, maybe order something, and then throw it away. So it's always extra special when you can find this stuff. Etchings issued to show the advantages of buying photo engravings from the Gatchell and Manning and Philadelphia Company. Got a little chapbook type thing. Rawlings Good Health Guide, 1922. Again, a lot of the stuff is in really good condition. Adventures of Slim and Spud, little comic type thing. Oh, we got some cigar labels. Looks like some really cool cigar stuff. I'm just going to fly through this. If I'm going too fast, you can always rewatch this later, I believe. To Wish You Joy, a little friendly book you can mail to your friend. Oh, A Treaty on the Horse and Its Diseases. I think I have a copy of this in my collection. I don't see a date. I'm not going to open it up, but it's 1880s, 1890s. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. I definitely sell a lot of copies of that. Crossing the Bar by Tennyson. The AMA catalog. Is that the medical? Is that a medical? Yep, American Medical Association. We got a little pocket memorandum. Again, a little piece of advertising history. Ladies' Notebook and Calendar. Compliments of the World's Dispensatory Medical Association. Again, a lot of this stuff is really cool. It's kind of a pain to sell. There's just so much of it. Maybe I'll do some bulk lots of this kind of stuff. Greetings from Longfellow. Well, that one's kind of cool. The Frolic Grasshopper Circus. And again, it's advertising. That was compliments of the American Cereal Company in Chicago. The Hunters 3 and ONT. Little chapbook. Again, advertising. This stuff is so difficult. You never know what people are looking for as far as the advertising and the ephemera. Some of that is probably worthless. Some of it could be unbelievably valuable. The news outline. An elementary current event lesson weekly. Looks like 1930. Montgomery Ward and Company American Farmers Almanac, 1896. That's pretty cool. Looks like we're getting into some almanacs. Dr. King's New Guide to Health. Prize Cookbook. The Illustrated Union Handbook for 1874. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen these before. That one's for 1876. We have the Times Illustrated Yearbook, 1879. I'm not 100% sure. I think the previous owner had cataloged all the items and had like a spreadsheet of all the stuff. Ooh, the Magic Portfolio. That's pretty cool. The Bible Lands Atlas. Compliments of the Citizens National Bank of Front Royal. Minnesota State Fair official program, 1950. Again, people love this early advertising stuff. Again, most people got their official state fair program and at some point threw it away. They were going through grandma stuff and just chucked it because they didn't need it anymore. So that probably survived who knows how many generations of people throwing stuff away. Again, this one is just chock full of old engravings, old newspapers, old advertising stuff. We have instructions for using the Calanda Universal Zigzag Sewing Machine. How to make dresses, the new Singer way, again, sewing machine kind of advertising. Calendars, we got old calendars. Honestly, the Rocky Mountain Views. I'm pretty sure I had a copy of this maybe a month ago. I don't think it sold for as much as I was hoping for. Check me out on Whatnot. I may end up doing some Whatnot shows with a lot of this stuff. I'm Animal Vet 52 on eBay and Whatnot. I don't think I have a link for my Whatnot in my YouTube channel, but I'll try to figure that out for you. Ooh, what is this? Looks like some sort of letter. That one could be good. It's a special little hard plastic in the envelope. Hope that means it's valuable. All right, National Sportsman's Catalog, December 1936. That's really cool. Oh no, it's a magazine. National Sportsman's Magazine. Magazines, I have tend to have pretty varied luck when it comes to magazines. But hunting magazines from the 1930s, I would think would be, especially if they're in good condition. If they're in poor condition, they're probably halfway worthless. Again, tons and tons of advertising stuff. Lots of little pieces of ephemera. The Arithmetic Primer or Underhill's New Tablet book by Daniel C. Underhill. All right, I got a couple more boxes of books to show you, and then I'm going to call it a night. Got a little bit of eBay work to do. And again, stay tuned. I think next Sunday I will be unboxing some more stuff from the same estate. We got the Judge magazine, 1928. There's going to be some cool Art Deco flapper illustrations in this. A lot of great advertising. Let's see, we got 1929 as well. Oh, these are cool. Picturesque America. Actually, I have a set of these on eBay right now. Looks like the cover hinges they're starting to split, but the covers are still there, still attached. These are from the 1870s. All kinds of cool engravings of American scenery, Western travel, Yosemite, Yellowstone, Niagara Falls, all the different cities in the U.S. And again, these are huge books, so they didn't always survive great. That one has a nice cover repair there. Wow, what a weird coincidence. I think it's been probably 3 years since I had the last set of these, and I have a set up on eBay right now, and now I have another set. Crazy how that works. All right, 2 more boxes, and I'm going to call it a night. Get some other work done. Again, this has been really fun. It's all been quite a mystery. I never knew what to expect. Oops. Well, let's see if that bookmark would stop falling out. That'd be nice. A Short System of Universal History. Great frontispiece on that one. Published in 1704. Cool old world history book. from 1704. That's great. Again, it's hardly ever I get to come across books this old. And usually the dealers are always asking silly prices. So, The Golden Slippers, an anthology of poetry for young readers, an anthology of black poetry more specifically. Little Journeys of Statesmen by Albert Hubbard. I was going to say L. Ron Hubbard, but I knew that wasn't right. Phoenixania. That's kind of cool. Oh, Leaves of Grass, Walt Whitman. This is the 1892 edition. Let's see. Yeah, 1891, 1892 edition. Not the greatest, not horrible. It's a presentable enough copy. And again, 1892 edition of Leaves of Grass. That one, easy $100, I think. We got some more Little Journeys by Albert Hubbard. Book of Engravings. Assuming, we got some of the fashion plates. Again, these I'm sure came from a bunch of miscellaneous different ladies' magazines of the era. I would guess most of them are from the 1850s to 1880s-ish. Kate Greenway. Pretty binding on that one. Harper's Magazine, volume 112. Let's see what year that's from. 1905 to 1906. I'm sure there's something interesting in those. Some of the earlier ones have Mark Twain. Some of the later ones have Teddy Roosevelt. Little Folks Magazine, 1879. You're always looking for ones that are important. Right now on eBay, I have some of these, what was it? Scribner's magazines? No, Strand magazines. It was a British magazine, and I have some from the 1890s that have the first serialized printings of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. So those are very, very valuable. And those are up for auction on eBay right now, I do believe. All right, last box. Hope you all enjoyed this. I will probably do this again next Sunday, more than likely. Gonna rent a small U-Haul truck and go pick up the rest of the boxes from this collection. All right, well, that book is in horrible condition. The Illustrated Christian Weekly from 1881. There's a cover for it. We got the London News. That's an early London News, I think. Let's see, 1859 London News. Woo, what do we got here? What do we have here? Wow, that is a big, big, big folding illustration. The meeting of Parliament for 1859, the House of Lords. Wow. I mean, not saying you could pull that out and frame it, but you could definitely pull it out and frame it. Sorry, that's a very controversial thing to say. But this book is not in the nicest of condition. Wow. Wow, that is great. Past and present. Holy buckets, I love that one. I really, really like that one, the old farmhouse. And again, 1859 color. I don't know if that's a lithograph. I would call it a lithograph, though I don't really know. Wow. 1859. Could you imagine having a broken down old buggy in 1859? Wow, that is very, very cool. I'm excited about that one. All right. Oh, we got a couple more. Wow, this is crazy. The Boulevard de Sebastopol, Paris, and then Children Nut Gathering. Again, I don't know. I think that's some sort of colored lithograph, but I don't really know. I'd have to ask Max. I don't think he's paying attention in the chat anymore. Again, another folding illustration. Let's see, there's the farm one. There's the House of Lords, 1859. That one's pretty cool. I understand why people buy these big buggers. We've got another London News. This is volume 32, so I'm guessing 1850s as well. Yep, 1858. This one's in pretty rough condition. I wonder if they already removed some of the artwork. I'm guessing they did. Yep, cool nonetheless. All right, the last one. Let's see what we got. Another Illustrated London News, 1843. Let's see if there's anything cool in there. Ooh, that one had something about Charles Dickens. That would have been the first edition of A Christmas Carol, I think it was 1840s. Let's see what that said. Here we go. Christmas Carol. Illustrated London News. Christmas Waits. Literature. Oh, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Illustrated London News. Wow, that's pretty cool. So there's an article about A Christmas Carol being in the Illustrated London News, 1843. And there should be literature, A Christmas Carol in Prose, being a ghost story of Christmas, by Charles Dickens. Once upon a time, of all the good days in the year, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his counting house. Wow. See, that's why people love these old magazines, because here's an Illustrated London News, 1843, December 23rd, 1843, with A Christmas Carol. And I'm trying to think, Christmas Carol, first edition was definitely 1840s. I don't know, it might have been 1843 or 1842, I don't know. But, I mean, that's very special. Very cool. All right, well, thank you all for watching. I'm going to work on moving some of these boxes to the back. Feel free to throw some comments down there, hit the like button, and definitely tune in tomorrow night at 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific, 1:30 Hawaii, for mine and Max's live Pick Our Brains show. It's every Monday night. We like talking about books, answer questions about buying and selling books. Yeah. Thank you all for watching.